Previously, we discussed the interactive features of dashboards such as linkage, jump, and filtering. Besides, we can also add other components. For example, we can add text components. Suppose I want to add a title to an existing dashboard or dynamically highlight key data. This can be achieved using text components. With text components, we can customize font size, background color, and alignment options such as center, left, or right. Text components can also dynamically update based on filtering conditions. For instance, if we click on Chongqing here, the text component above will automatically display the profit margin for Chongqing. Additionally, hyperlinks can be embedded into text components. Once a hyperlink is added, clicking on it will redirect to the specified link. For example, if we embed a link to the FineBI help documentation, clicking it will take us directly to the help guide. Next is the frozen bar of filter component. When browsing along dashboard, you can use frozen bar of filter component to fix the filter component at the top of the page. This allows you to quickly and conveniently change filter conditions while scrolling through data, ensuring smooth browsing and instant filtering. Dashboards also support image components. If users wish to incorporate images into their dashboards, such as adding a company logo, this can be done using image components. Image components allow adjustments to dimensions, can include web links, and support floating display settings. Web components enable the embedding of links within dashboards to display web pages or other online interfaces. Furthermore, tab components can be added to facilitate switching between different analysis themes. For example, in a dashboard covering topics like linkage, drilling, and jumping, multiple tab components can be used to group related content onto a single page. By clicking on different tabs, users can switch between various thematic modules there, by reducing dashboard length and achieving a more concise layout. In exercise 5, the task requires us to add an image component for the logo and a text component to display dynamic information. Let's proceed to configure this in our dashboard. Let's open the dashboard. In the top left corner, click on Other. First, we'll add a text component to give the dashboard a title, placing it at the very top. We can name the title Chain Store Sales Analysis. Then adjust its size and position. Next, we'll add the company logo using an image component. Under Other, select the image component and drag it to the top left corner. Double-click to upload an image and choose our logo. We can then adjust its dimensions by selecting image size and choosing adaptation to component. Now you might notice there is a gap between the image component and the text component, which may not look very neat. To fix this, we can enable the hover setting for the image component. Once set to hover, it will hover over other components. As you can see, the image component now floats above the text component. Next, we'll add another text component to highlight some key numerical insights. Let's adjust its layout as well. For this component, we want the values to update dynamically. Specifically, we want the product name and its corresponding sales amount to be displayed dynamically. When we click on a specific product name, its sales amount should appear. To achieve this, we can insert fields. Select product name under Sales Top 10, and for the sales amount, choose Sales under Sales Top 10. Then we can customize the text colors, set the product name to blue, and the sales result to red. This creates a dynamic display. Currently, since no data is selected, it shows the total sales amount. The goal is to make the display update dynamically when clicking on any item under Sales Top 10. So we can click the drop-down, select Set Linkage, and click OK. This will enable the dynamic display we're aiming for. In our final section, we'll cover the common function of components. The first is zooming. When a dashboard contains many components, each one may appear quite small, making it difficult to view the details clearly. This is where the zoom feature proves particularly useful. Let's return to the BI demo platform. For this component, for example, we can select the drop-down menu where there is a zoom in. Clicking it will enlarge the component. Then, clicking the zoom out button will restore it to its original size. When it comes to zooming, components like bar charts, column charts or line charts, etc., we can also zoom in on a specific area by selecting a region. Let's switch to another dashboard to demonstrate this. For instance, in the analysis of the decline in customer numbers, if we only want to examine the annual trends in customer volume for 2016, 2017, and 2018, we can simply drag to select that range, and it will zoom in to show that specific period in detail. To view the full data again, we can click the Restore button here, and it will return to the original view. Back on our previous dashboard, if we click the component drop-down, we can also choose to show or edit the title. Currently, the title is displayed. If we click this option, the title will be hidden. Similarly, we can edit the title to rename it or make other adjustments. For components like pie charts, we can select the drop-down and choose View Details to see the specific sales figures and percentages for each product. Since we had previously set up a linkage, only one data point is currently displayed. We can clear the linkage setting, and then we'll see all the data in the pie chart again. Additionally, we can export individual components. Under a specific component, we can select Export to Excel, and it will generate an Excel file with the corresponding data. Similarly, we can export the entire dashboard by using the Export option in the top right corner, which offers two export formats. When presenting the dashboard to others, we usually display it in preview mode. We can switch to the preview view by clicking the preview button in the top right corner. In preview mode, there are quick settings available. Let's explore these quick settings. We can choose to display only certain dimensions or specific indicators. This is particularly useful when a table is very long or contains many fields. Quick settings allow us to show only the relevant parts. We can also drag and rearrange the order of fields. The second option is column width, and the third is indicator info, where we can view the data source and the last update time for the component. Please be noted that in version 7, this is called indicator info, but in version 6, you may find this is called component info. This concludes our module on interactive features.